Right now, Kerry Kennedy acquitted of drug driving, but her acquittal still leaving a lot of questions. We're going to ask them as her attorney joins us live in studio. And then he's running for governor, right? Well, Rob Astorino enters the final weekend before, and he says he will announce his plans. We will ask the man who would be his campaign spokesman, or maybe already is, about what Astorino will do next and the challenges he'll face when taking on Andrew Cuomo. And later, another view of the infamous traffic problems in Fort Lee. The city releasing its 911 tapes. You will hear what people were saying while Team Christie got political payback. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to RFL. I'm Richard French. Thanks so much for joining us this Friday evening, February 28th. We will get to all that this hour, but we begin first with breaking news, and it comes from the other side of the world almost, where the Ukraine has major developments on the ground and word of what is being called a quote-unquote armed invasion. And for more, I want to bring in our senior political correspondent, Andrew Whitman.
Well, Rich, it all began this morning with troops at an airport in the Crimea region of the Ukraine. Those troops ran up a Russian flag after taking a regional airport. The United States now believes those troops are in fact Russian, something Moscow denies. Later reports from Ukrainian officials that Russian helicopters and transport planes have also been sighted inside Ukrainian airspace. Still more reports online of Russian troops and equipment moving within the Crimea. This as former Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych resurfaced today in Russia for the first time since he was essentially overthrown last week. President Obama spoke about the situation from the White House about an hour ago.
Any violation of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity would be deeply destabilizing, which is not in the interest of Ukraine, Russia, or Europe. It would represent a profound interference in matters that must be determined by the Ukrainian people. It would be a clear violation of Russia's commitment to respect the independence and sovereignty and borders of Ukraine and of international laws. The United States will stand with the international community in affirming that there will be costs for any military intervention in Ukraine.
But other than those general warnings, Rich, no specifics from President Obama today.
And really the question is not only the appetite of the American public, but the world here to get involved. But this will trigger a whole host of difficult decisions here, questions about whether or not Russia will be able to remain in the G8 here. What is their long-term goal? It should be noted, Putin has said that his biggest regret, or one of his nation's most historical ones, is the dissolution of the USSR. And we're seeing this play out in real time now. It's
actually reminiscent of what happened between Russia and Georgia a couple of years ago, where Russian troops invaded what they called a loyal province within Georgia that was loyal to Russia. Yep. Russia still controls that province today, and there are serious questions about what's going to happen in the Crimea section. Will it just be Crimea, or will Putin seek to influence the entire country of the Ukraine and reinstall the fallen government? A lot of critical issues at play here. Russia and the U.S., the relationships haven't been great over the last few years, but Russia's assistance is badly needed in dealing with situations in Iran and attempts to try to handle the nuclear program.
It's funny how this managed just coincidentally to happen right after the conclusion of the Olympics here. Isn't it funny how the clock works that way?
It's something that President Obama referenced. But yeah, while the whole world was watching, Putin didn't want to have anything to do with
and as we watched the president about an hour ago, didn't really say a whole lot because I don't know what really we can do. Okay. We, of course, will follow the situation unfolding in Eastern Europe in the coming days here. And trust me, there will be developments.